Welcome everyone to this optional lecture on using macOS or Linux command line at your terminal. So, whether you're using macOS or Linux terminal, the command line operations follow the same syntax, essentially the same commands on either operating system. So in this lecture, I'm just going to cover a few key commands that you may want to know as we continue throughout the rest of the course. So on macOS or Linux, you're going to search for terminal. That's what the command line is known at on these operating systems. And what we're going to do is understand how to change directories, how to print your current working directory, and how to list files in the current directory. So just the commands cd, change directory, pwd, print working directory or your current directory, and then ls for listing files. Okay, let's show you some examples. To begin working with the command line on a Linux or Mac OS, you first need to open up your terminal. Search your computer for terminal, either on Mac OS or Linux, it's called the same thing, and then open up your terminal. You should eventually get something that looks like this. The colors or font may be slightly different, but the basic idea is the same. The terminal gives you a command line interface, and the command line interface allows you to move around different files or folders on your computer. And with some more advanced functionality, you can also make new directories or remove directories. We don't really need to know that right now. All we really need to know is how to understand what our current working directory is, change directories, and just move around. This basically allows us to move around the computer at the command line. The first thing we want to know is where we're currently located. To know that, type pwd, hit enter, and this will print your working directory. This is where you're currently located at the command line. If you want to understand what files and folders are located at your current location, type ls and then hit enter, and you should see a list of different files and folders at your current directory. If you ever want to move to one of those files or folders, what you can do is type cd and then whichever file or folder you want to go to. However, it should be in the list that was just printed. For example, let's move to our desktop. So I will come back down here and type cd desktop, hit enter, and now if I type pwd and I hit enter again, I'm now at my desktop. If you ever want to clear your screen, just type clear, hit enter, and now you've been able to clear your command line. If you ever want to go back up a directory, it's just cd space ... hit enter, and now we're back up a directory, which I can confirm by typing pwd. That's really all we need to know as far as the commands are concerned. Let's have a quick review. To print your working directory, it's pwd, and this reports back where you're currently located. If you want to know the files and folders at your current location, type ls, and this will list all the files and folders. If you want to clear your command screen, type clear, hit enter, and this will clear your command line. If you want to change directory to a subfolder, type cd, and then you can even begin typing the name, such as desktop, and if I just hit desk and then hit tab, it should autocomplete. If you do not get an autocomplete by hitting tab, that's probably a good indicator that it's not a direct subfolder of your current directory. But then you can type cd, the name of the subfolder or subdirectory, and then we can see now we're located here by typing pwd. If you ever want to go back up, type cd space ... Okay, that's the basics of moving around through the command line.